Hello, Namaskar, Vanakkam. Welcome to CBSE with Sudhir, and today we are going to start with Unit 2 of the Poorvi textbook for English for students of CBSE Class 6. I hope you have seen the first three videos which were part of Unit 1 of this particular new textbook for CBSE Class 6 students. Imagine you, the batch of 2024-25 is the first batch that is studying this particular textbook. Now, this particular unit is about friendship, yani ki dosti, right? And the first chapter, the first story in this is the unlikely best friends. Now, it's a little different, we say he or she is my best friend, right? When you say unlikely, what does it mean? And that's one of the questions which we will discuss also. It's unlikely because normally we will not expect A and B to be friends. If they are very similar, we generally make friends with someone who is similar to us. Oh, we both like painting, we both love dancing, we both love to sing. So there are common interests. So in that case, you become friends. But when there are two very different people and then they become friends, we call them the unlikely best friends. That's what this story is all about. So let's do these activities. Friends are an important part of our lives. Why do you think so? Why do you think so? Because with friends, you can play, you can study, you can quarrel sometimes, you can do different activities together. So share your ideas with your friend. These are general activities for you to get into the story. Okay, what do you do when you are with your friends and how do you feel? So that's for you to write. Now complete the following. With my friend, I play. With my friend, I sing. With my friend, I eat. You could be doing this kind of activities. With my best friend, I feel happy, I feel energetic, I feel enthusiastic. So it could be a variety of emotions that you may be feeling. The title of the chapter is Unlikely Best Friends. What I just now told you. What can be the meaning of unlikely? Means something which is a little unusual, a little strange, that you don't, something a little unexpected. You do not expect this. Discuss in groups and then discuss with your teacher. Can you think of some unlikely friends? Share the answer with your friends. Like for instance, let's say an unlikely friends, rabbit and the tortoise. Rabbit runs very fast, tortoise is slow. Can they be natural friends? No, they will be unlikely friends, right? Let's say tiger and the deer. Can tiger and the deer be friends? The tiger eats the deer, kills the deer, but they are friends. They are unlikely friends. So that's how unlikely friends are. अभी तक का जिनको की हिंदी में ज्यादा अच्छा समझ में आता है, आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड. इसमें मैंने कुछ खास नहीं बताया. अनलाइकली का मतलब बताया कि यानी कि दो ऐसे दोस्त बन जाते हैं जो कि इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेम्परामेंट, इन टर्म्स ऑफ नेचर, उनका जो बेसिक हाव भाव है वो काफी हाव भाव है, वो काफी अलग है, इसलिए उनको अनलाइकली कहते हैं. कि लाइकली मतलब ओ ही इज लाइकली टू डू दिस, अनलाइकली मतलब ये हो नहीं सकता है. ओके, उसके होने की संभावना कम है. ओके, यहां तक का आई होप आपको समझ में आ गया. सो दिस इज अ स्टोरी अबाउट दिस एलिफेंट एंड दिस मावत. मावत इज समवन हु इज अ caretaker, someone who takes care of the elephant. This is, you don't have a mouth for a dog, you don't have a mouth for a tiger or a lion, only for an elephant. So this word is specific to an elephant. Okay, so let's read this very fascinating story. Okay, chalo chalte hain. Gajaraj the elephant lived in the best booth of the royal stables. Booth का मतलब है it's a rectangular space where the elephant would be, because the elephant would obviously need a lot of space. काफी जगह की जरूरत होगी. So he lived in that particular booth, in the best booth. So what does it convey? What does it convey? हर सेंटेंस का मीनिंग समझो. बेस्ट बूथ, गजराज रहता था सबसे बेहतरीन बूथ में. इसका मतलब है that he was one of the favorite elephants and he was very well taken care of at that particular place, at the royal stables. यानी कि किसी राजा का है, right? Stables का मतलब which is a living space for animals. Stable को generally we use for horses, but in this case it has been used for an elephant also. The king was fond of Gajaraj, that's why he was given the best booth, and he had ordered that the elephant should be well looked after. So राजा का ऑर्डर था that he should be very well taken care of. That was the standing instructions from the king. in spite of royal comforts, but in spite of all this very comfortable living, Gajaraj, the meaning of the name itself, you see, Gaj conveys elephant, Raj means king. So the king of elephants is the name of the elephant. Gajaraj was sad because he had no friends. The Mahat or elephant trainer was the only one he ever interacted with. Interacted with means communicated with, means in terms of any kind of interaction, any kind of conversation. I mean, in the elephant language, or whatever the Mahat will say in the human language. So he says that he was sad because he had no friends, and the only person who he interacted with, was communicated with, was the Mahat. Okay. The Mahat was a kind man who served Gajaraj food and gave him a bath in the elephant pond daily. So he took care of the elephant very nicely. He was a kind man. That's the adjective used. Please make a note of it. He was a good caretaker but not a friend. Now, what's the difference between a caretaker and a friend? वो question है, इस पर ध्यान दीजिए. We will discuss that in a couple of minutes. I wish I had a friend I can play with, thought Gajaraj. That I wish I had a friend. One late evening, a dog strayed means accidentally came into the stable. By mistake, came by mistake, accidentally. Accident doesn't mean accident. Accidentally means by mistake he strayed. This was the route he was supposed to take, but he by mistake came on this route and entered the stable. Gajaraj could see that the visitor was tired and hungry. Who is the visitor? The dog. He pushed some of the food he was munching means chewing, the elephant, towards the dog. The visitor wagged means moved his tail, looked up at the elephant to convey his thanks. To convey means to communicate his thanks, and then turned his full attention to the food in front of him. As soon as he finished eating, he fell asleep. So the dog fell asleep in the stable itself. The next morning, the Mahat found the stray dog in the stable. He did not mind the dog. He did not mind the dog means he did not take objection to the fact that, "Arey, ye kutta kaise aa gaya? Bhagao isko." He did not say that. He let it be there. He also noticed that Gajaraj seemed to like the company. Company means like the company of the dog, like the presence of the dog in the stable. So he threw some crumbs to the dog. Crumbs means small pieces of food. You remember in an earlier story, which one was that? The first story. The Sudha Murthy story, the bottle of dew, a bottle of dew. Usme we had learned the word morsel. Morsel again means small piece of food. Crumbs is a slightly derogatory. Crumbs, you say, you throw crumbs, thoda soda bread, you throw, those are crumbs. Morsel is not used in that sense. So there is a morsel and the word crumb. So I'm telling you two different words used in two different stories, having similar but not entirely the same meaning. Both are used in terms of food, but morsel does not mean crumbs. Crumbs is used, कि छोटे pieces करके दे दो. Later on, when you grow up, you'll also realize that crumbs is also used in a slightly insulting manner. Oh, the rich man just threw crumbs to the poor means, छोटे I mean थोड़े से पैसे दिए, so it was like the crumbs give. So it is used in that sense in a non-food manner also. But ये थोड़ा सा आप दो standard और बढ़ जाओ, फिर उसका इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. Which the animal accepted, wagging his tail. Okay, when you are with CBSE with Sudhir, you will learn a lot of things. So your general knowledge will also improve. See, remember, you are at that stage, that fascinating stage where you are and should be like a sponge. Do you know what a sponge is like? Sponge के अंदर पानी डालो तो वो उसको absorb कर लेता है, वो पूरा भीग जाता है and it absorbs. Any cloth for that matter, इस शर्ट को निकाल के मैं इसको पानी में डालूं, it will absorb the water, right? And उसको निचोड़ूंगा तभी वो पानी निकलेगा, otherwise the water will be in this shirt, right? Or in sponge. All of you should train your mind to be like a sponge at your age, so that you keep learning different things. सिलेबस के चक्कर में मत पड़ो, सिलेबस तो होता रहेगा, मार्क्स तो आते रहेंगे, लेकिन जितनी जानकारी you can collect from different sources, make your mind into like a sponge, so that you absorb everything, and the more you absorb the good things, the better you will be, the more intelligent you will be, this more smart boy or girl you will be. So that's what you should do. स्टूडेंट थिंक मैं 10th क्लास में जाके पढ़ूंगा, मैं सिलेबस की तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा. आई एम आस्किंग यू टू कीप ऑब्जर्विंग, talk to lots of people, read a lot, see a lot, and that's how you see a lot. मतलब Instagram reels की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं. Okay, when the elephant went out for a bath, the dog accompanied, means he went along with the friend, that is Gajaraj. Plunging into the water means getting into the water. The elephant gave himself a shower using his long trunk. Trunk मतलब हाथी की सूंड. As the dog watched, the elephant took a trunk full of water and then he kind of took a lot of water and splashed it on the dog, just to have fun, and playfully splashed. Playfully means हंसी मजाक में. The water on his friend. The dog yelled. Yelled मतलब the kutta, if you kind of do something in protest, it will not bark. A kind of a sound it will create. That's what is called yelping. It is a sound which conveys crying. For he hated taking showers. Dogs generally don't like to take bath. And the mouth laughed. So this is what has happened. So with the trunk, the elephant playfully splashed the water on the thing. This should not be laughing. This looks like it is laughing, but it is actually crying. It is not very happy with the water being splashed on it, the dog. Now, on their way home, the elephant picked the dog with his trunk and placed him on his back. So he put him on his back. The dog was delighted to get a ride. Delighted means happy. A farmer passing by saw the dog. Bunty, he yelled, means he called out, with a loud voice. That is what is called yelled. The dog ran to him. The farmer hugged the dog and told the mouth that he was looking for his dog ever since he disappeared. So it was the farmer's dog who had disappeared from their home. He was glad he found him now. The mouth had no objection to the farmer taking the dog home. The farmer tossed a rope around the neck of the dog, saying, "Come, Bunty, let's go home." So he put his leash and said, "Let's go home." So now let's discuss. Talk about the things that Gajaraj and Bunty did together. Now write in the shapes given below. So Bunty and Gajaraj played. They ate, right? They ate. They also slept because he slept through the night. Gajaraj also must have slept. They took bath in the river. So those are the different activities they did. Why did the farmer hug Bunty? Because he was very happy to find him, because he had disappeared and he was very happy that he had found him. Do you think Bunty will leave Gajaraj and go home with the farmer? Now that's a question to which we will find the answer in the second part of the story. Only when the farmer pulled the rope did the dog realize that he was being taken away from his friend. So the dog realized that, oh, now I will be separated from my friend Gajaraj. He yelped again. Again he made those kind of sounds of protest कि मुझे नहीं जाने का है, मुझे अपने दोस्त के साथ रहना है. The elephant winced. Winced मतलब shrunk back in pain or distress. Wince matlab when you kind of shudder, when you kind of go back, your body kind of contracts. That is called an act of wincing, right? So winced. So the elephant also reacted, seeing how his new best friend, the dog Bunty, is reacting. But neither the farmer nor the mouth noticed that the two friends were in tears. So the two owners, that's a farmer and the caretaker Mahavat, did not notice that both the elephant and the dog were in tears. रो रहे थे क्योंकि वो बिछड़ना नहीं चाहते थे. Okay. The next day at lunchtime, the Mahavat served Gajaraj his favorite food. So he served Gajaraj his favorite food, whatever he liked the most. However, when the Mahavat came back after finishing his other chores मतलब other work. New word है तो underline कर लो और इसका इस्तेमाल करो. Use them in your daily conversation, not just in writing, in your daily conversation, and make it part of your vocabulary. That's how your vocabulary will improve. Otherwise, if you think मैं हर रोज 5 नए word learn करूंगा, वो नहीं होता है बंधु. Experience से बता रहा हूं. But if you learn even one new word, understand the meaning and start using it while talking with your family members, with your friends, with your classmates, with the neighbors, it will become part of your vocabulary. That's how you improve your vocabulary. So chores means the daily work, the daily duties that he had to do. He was surprised to see that the food had remained untouched. So even though it was the favorite food of Gajaraj, the elephant had not consumed, not eaten that food. And That gave him an indication that Gajaraj was not his usual self. He was unhappy. He was sad. Okay, that was the first indication. So you see now on this very beautiful illustration, the dog kind of in tears. So is the elephant in tears. Okay, while the farmer is trying to take away the dog. Why, Gajaraj, aren't you hungry? He asked, concerned. So who is asking? The Mahavat is asking, ki, why are you not eating? The elephant did not react. He may have slight indigestion. What does indigestion means? An upset stomach, because of which he may not be eating. 1 minute. Let me not force him to eat, thought the mouth. That night too, Gajaraj did not touch his food. So he did not eat in the day. He did not eat in the night either. Nor the next day, even the next day. So imagine an elephant is refusing to consume food. Now that's a big thing. Now the Mahout was worried. He ran his hand on Gajaraj's tummy, thinking that he's probably unwell. I may need to take him to the doctor, to the vet, and felt there was nothing wrong. Why was he not eating then? Is he missing his friend, that dog? The Mahout wondered. So he kind of now thought, maybe he's missing his friend, his new friend, right? And that's the reason why he is sad. And that's the reason why he's not consuming his food for three times, during the day, the night, or the next day. Meanwhile, at the farmer's house, the dog had also not touched his food ever since he was brought home. So the dog had come home, but he also was not eating the food, just like Gajaraj. So both of them, I wouldn't say it's a manner of protest, but it was a manner to kind of convey that they were indeed extremely sad and unhappy. Are you missing your friend? Asked the farmer, remembering the happy look on Bunty's face while sitting on the elephant's back. So he remembered that. So he also was able to make the connection. I cannot see you go hungry, said the farmer. If you miss your friend so much, go to him. That you are free to go to your friend if you are missing him so much, because he wanted his dog Bunty to be happy. The farmer removed the rope with which he had tied the dog. The dog, though weak, so he removed the rope. The dog was weak because he had not eaten, right? He sprang to his feet. He licked the farmer's hand once and then ran. Why did he lick the farmer's hand? He was saying thank you. He was conveying his gratitude. He was conveying his thankfulness that he had allowed him to go to his friend. Sprang matlab, suddenly got excited, jumped. He stopped only when he arrived at the stable. The elephant picked up the dog with his trunk and gave him a joyous swing. Swing means, with his soon nikal ke, he swung the dog with his trunk. The mouth was relieved, means he was kind of felt thankful, now the elephant, my Gajaraj, is happy. Otherwise, the king will punish him. The king will say, you're not able to keep my favorite elephant happy, so out you go. So the mouth will also be worried about his job. Think about it like that. He quickly brought the food. Both of you eat first, he said. By then, the farmer who had followed the dog joined him. The two of them watched with satisfaction, means with a sense of relief and happiness. The two friends eating food. It is not only Gajaraj who has found a friend, I have also found one. So the Mahout and the farmer also become friends. So Gajaraj and Bunty, the Mahout and the farmer, the two sets become close friends, unlikely friends, at least in the case of Gajaraj and Bunty. This story is written by Subba Rao and is taken from kathakids.com website. So now let's go to the questions. Why did Gajaraj not eat his food? Because he was missing his new friend Bunty, and he was sad at being separated from him, and therefore in a moment of sadness and feeling very unhappy, he did not eat his food. Who were friends at the end of the story? The Mahout and the farmer. Read the following lines and answer the questions that follow. In spite of royal comforts, Gajaraj was sad because he had no friends. So Mahout is kind, Gajaraj is sad. Okay. The Mahout was a good caretaker because he gave food to Gajaraj and a bath in the pond. What do you think is the difference between a friend and a caretaker? I told you, see, a friend is someone with who you have an emotional connect. A caretaker is someone who is just taking care of you. There is a difference. There is all. It's like, there is another new word. I'll teach you a new word today. Another new word will be acquaintance. Okay, ACQUAINTANCE. इसका मतलब क्या है? Acquaintance is someone who is not a friend. It's like this, let's assume 10 years down the line, or not 10 years, more than that, 15 years down the line, you go to work in an office. Okay. There will be 100 people in the office. Now, each one of them cannot become your friend. They will all be colleagues, but some, say 2-3 of them will become your close friends over a period of time. The others will be called acquaintances, in the sense you have a hi hello kind of a relationship, or you know that, oh, he's Ashish Mehta who works in the accounts department. I have said hello to him in the parking lot, in the lift, vagara. But beyond that, you don't know. You don't know when his date of birth is. You don't know how many members are in the family, his family. You don't know what vehicle he drives to the office or where he stays. You don't know all those. But you generally know that, oh, Ashish Mehta, he works in the accounts department, hi, hello kind of thing. He's an acquaintance. Okay, I'm just telling you a new word. Now, the difference here between a friend and a caretaker is someone who has been engaged. Now, the Mahout has been employed by the king to take care of the elephant. So, he is a caretaker or a caregiver. Caregiver का भी इस्तेमाल काफी होता है. So, he is a caretaker or a caregiver, someone who takes care of the elephant or someone who gives care to the elephant, right? So he's a caretaker, but he's not a friend. Friend is someone with whom you have an emotional connect. You feel happy when he or she is around. You feel sad when he or she is not around, right? So there is an emotional kind of a connection. So that's the difference. Are you missing your friend? Asked the farmer, remembering the happy look. So the farmer uses the word friend to refer to the elephant. So यहाँ पे आएगा friend. How did the farmer know that Bunty was hungry? So he says, are you missing your friend while sitting on the back? I cannot see you hungry, because he had not eaten anything. He had not eaten his food, so obviously he would be hungry. Why did the farmer remove the rope? So that he could go to the stable to be united with his new friend. Complete the one word. Gajaraj, Bunty, Mahout, farmer. Give 2 examples to show that Gajaraj was very happy to have a friend. The fact that, both of them had fun while he was taking bath, and he playfully splashed water on his newfound friend. He shared his food with the dog. How did the Mahout come to know that Gajaraj was sad? Because he had not eaten the day, then the night, and also the next day, and he realized that something was troubling him. Why do you think Bunty licked the farmer's hand? Because he wanted to convey gratitude that he is letting him go to his friend. What was unlikely about the friendship? We have already discussed that. Gajaraj was sad without a friend, and when he met Bunty, he was filled with joy. Sad and filled with joy are opposites. है ना? Sad means udas in Hindi. Filled with joy means obviously बहुत खुश. Opposites can also be formed by adding some letters before a word. For example, with un, if you use unhappy, incorrect, disconnect, misuse. Now take help from the words given as hints and fill up the opposites in the puzzle. So let's look at the puzzle. This will be interesting. इसको छोटा कर देता हूं थोड़ा सा, ताकि उसमें फिट हो जाए. अभी भी फिट नहीं हो रहा. चलेगा आपको? Are you able to see the entire thing? Let me just check on the camera. Yeah, you can see this. So let me fill this up. आप क्रॉसवर्ड करते हैं कभी? Crossword is something which you should do against something which will help improve your vocabulary. So the across में है, across मतलब like this, down मतलब like this. So down मतलब पहला है started. Started का क्या होगा? FINSHED है ना? ये E है, sorry. So started का उल्टा, we have to say the उल्टा one, like unkind. Unkind का उल्टा क्या होगा? Kind. 3 across. So IND, right? Yelp का यहां पर कौन सा था? Yelp किया, दूसरा था while he laughed. So 7 across. कहां पे है 7? 7 across. So LAUGHED, right? अवेक, अवेक का उल्टा क्या होगा? जो जगा हुआ है उसका उल्टा होगा सोया हुआ है, यानी कि asleep. So ate, this thing will be ASLEEP, राइट? तो इससे क्या होगा, आपको स्पेलिंग्स भी प्रैक्टिस हो जाएंगी और नए नए वर्ड्स भी सीखने को मिलेंगे, अपना दिमाग यूज करने का मौका मिलेगा. सो दिस इज अ ग्रेट एक्सरसाइज. Relieved, that is, relieved means he's very kind of relieved that okay, सब कुछ ठीक हो गया. The other opposite of that would be what? He is worried. So WORRIED. Okay. Missing, someone who is missing. Missing and found करते हैं ना, so the ear होगा FOUND. Okay. So across वाले हमने सारे कर लिए, अभी डाउन वाले करते हैं. स्टार्टेड तो कर दिया. appeared का उल्टा क्या होगा? सेकंड डाउन. कहां है? यहां पर है. ये तो सीधा पता चल गया. डिस, इसमें ऑलरेडी हमारा बन गया. disappeared, EARED. ओके, disappeared. sad का उल्टा क्या होगा? फोर डाउन. फोर डाउन is like this. So he is delighted, DLIGHED. हैप्पी भी हो सकता था, लेकिन यहां पर यह शब्द डिलाइटेड है. अनटच्ड, फिफ्थ का है अनटच्ड. अनटच्ड का तो सिंपल है टच्ड. सो TOUCHED. हेट, हेट का ऑपोजिट क्या होगा? सिक्स डाउन. हेट का ऑपोजिट होगा लव. ओके, लव एंड हेट. सो दिस इज द puzzle that we have done, and I hope you are also able to do it and enjoyed it as well. तो बड़ा कर देता हूं. Now complete the paragraph with some of the words that you have used in the puzzle. Now this is very this thing. My pencil was, कर देता हूं. साथ साथ में लिखते रहिए ताकि आपकी भी प्रैक्टिस हो जाए, आप भी टेस्ट कर सकें. The pencil was, my pencil was missing. Okay, I was very, अरे इसका मेरा वर्ड्स भूल गया मैं. worried, worried था ना उसमें वर्ड. worried, I was very worried as it was a friend gift from my friend. I woke up my elder brother who was asleep on the bed. Okay, he was asleep. No, तभी तो asleep होगा, तभी तो you will wake up somebody. I told him that my pencil seemed to have disappeared. Right? He laughed. वो yelped का opposite. He laughed and told me to look under my pillow. I was relieved when I found the pencil there. Correct? चलो, मेरे को याद नहीं थे वर्ड्स, ऐसे ही बोल. The words that tell us about an action are called verbs. In the story, the author tells us what happened before. To do that, the past form of the action verb is used. This is pretty simple. Verbs, tenses के बारे में आपको मालूम है ना कि something which has happened in the past is called the past tense. Simple past tense, past progressive tense और past perfect tense. past progressive tense में या past continuous tense में ing का इस्तेमाल होगा. ये ing देख रहे हैं ना, उससे होगा. So यहां पर d या ed का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. He fled from the scene, यानी कि उस जगह से वो भाग गया. राइट? He escaped from jail. राइट? So he escaped, तो उसमें ed या d का इस्तेमाल होगा. लेकिन जब पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस की बात हो रही है तो वहां पर was का इस्तेमाल करके या were का इस्तेमाल करके ing का दिस थिंग. We were playing in the park. He was writing a book. He was he was doing his homework. तो he was doing his homework. We were playing in the park. Past perfect tense का मतलब है where the पुराना एक्शन कंप्लीट हो गया है. We had finished our homework. I had finished my homework. By 5 PM I had finished my homework. 5 बजे तक मैं अपना होमवर्क खत्म कर चुका था, यानी कि वो पूरा जो काम था हो चुका है. राइट? So that is what is the this is about action which had happened earlier. This is about to show that action was completed. तो इसमें और इसमें कंफ्यूज नहीं होने का. ओके, सो दिस इज द प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस बिकॉज was का इस्तेमाल है, ing का इस्तेमाल है. दिस इज द सिंपल पास्ट टेंस एंड दिस इज द पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस. द फार्मर केम बैक एंड नोटिस्ड, उसने नोटिस किया लेकिन जो हुआ है वहां पर, दैट बंटी वॉज सैड, ही हैड टाइड, द एक्शन वॉज कंप्लीटेड, सो ही हैड टाइड बंटी विद द रोप द डे बिफोर, ही आस्क्ड बंटी, तो अभी उसने पूछा कि क्यों वो उदास है, व्हाई ही वाज सैड, द फार्मर फेल्ट दैट बंटी was missing Gajaraj and set him free, right? So that is the thing. Neither farmer nor the mouth. Notice that the two friends were in tears. The words neither nor are used to neither nor या either or. Okay, ये दो words का इस्तेमाल हमेशा एक साथ होता है. एक साथ होता है मतलब immediately नहीं. Either Ram or Sham will go to the event. यानी कि राम या श्याम इनमें से एक उस इवेंट में जाएगा. नीदर नॉर का इस्तेमाल कैसे होगा? नीदर राम नॉर श्याम विल गो टू द इवेंट, यानी कि राम भी नहीं जाएगा, श्याम भी नहीं जाएगा. सो ईदर और का मतलब है उन दोनों में से एक जाएगा. नीदर नॉर का मतलब है ये भी नहीं जाएगा, ये भी नहीं जाएगा, तो दोनों के दोनों ही नहीं जाएंगे. सो neither nor connect to negative choices. Negative मतलब दोनों नहीं जाएंगे. So that's a negative choice. For example, neither Rohit nor I want to play football. कि रोहित भी नहीं खेलना चाहता, मैं भी फुटबॉल नहीं खेलना चाहता. Okay. When you need to choose between two things that you want, you may use either or. For example, Rohit wants to play either cricket or hockey or खो-खो. यानी कि रोहित wants to play either cricket और खो-खो. इन दोनों में से एक गेम तो वो खेलना चाहता है. It means Rohit wants to play cricket or Rohit wants to play kho-kho. Discuss the given sentences with your teacher to practice. Neither Shikha nor Anuj like to tell stories. That even Shikha does not like to tell stories. Anuj also does not like to tell stories. Either Bhavesh or Abha made this painting. That this painting was made either by Abha or by Bhavesh. One of them made this painting. किसने बनाया था? We don't know, but one of them made this painting. Okay, now this is about the listening kind of thing. This is a very famous photograph of a cow and a leopard, right? So that's what you will need to fill up. So this will be part of your homework because it's a listening kind of thing. So you would need to do that. So it can become an exercise. Okay. So this is the order in which something like this will happen. This is just to test whether you are able to make a story. So I want you to do this homework yourself. Okay. This is all पार्ट ऑफ योर जनरल दिस थिंग. इसमें से इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस तो नहीं आएंगे, बट आप इस तरह के सेंटेंस बना के, जो मैंने कहा ना, एवरी डे इफ यू राइट समथिंग, लर्न ए न्यू वर्ड एंड यूज इट इन योर सेंटेंसेस, योर इंग्लिश विल ऑब्वियसली बिकम दैट मच बेटर. ओके, सो उसके बाद ये स्टोरीज वगैरह का है. सो विद दिस वी कम टू द एंड ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टोरी. अगर इसके बाद भी कोई क्वेश्चन आंसर्स वगैरह इफ यू हैव टू डिस्कस, वी विल डिस्कस देम a little later. Once we have finished with all the 15 stories, we would do some discussion. I would also recommend you some good reference books. You know, abhi kuch naye aaya hai. Once they come into the market, I will check them out and see whether they are worth your money and time, whether you should invest in them for all subjects. I also intend to do science and social studies out here, social science out here, so that आपका English, Hindi, social science and जनरल साइंस सारे के सारे सब्जेक्ट्स कवर हो जाएंगे. मैथ्स के बारे में देखेंगे. ओके, इतना टाइम होगा तो. सो वंस वी डू दैट, दिस विल बिकम योर वन स्टॉप फॉर all the subjects as far as CBSE class 6 is concerned. So tata, bye bye, thank you very much. Now see you in the next chapter number 5. Take care. Namaskar.